Welcome to Stories Speak English, where history whispers through the echoes of time. If you love tales of mystery, legend, and the supernatural, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more enthralling stories from across the world. Deep in the heart of Ireland, standing atop a lonely hill in County Offaly, looms the infamous Leap Castle, a fortress soaked in blood, betrayal, and ghostly whispers. Known as one of the most haunted castles in the world, its shadowy past is as chilling as the spirits said to lurk within its stone walls. Built in the early 13th century by the ruthless O'Carroll clan, Leap Castle became a stronghold of power and treachery. The O'Carrolls were fierce warriors, feared not only by their enemies but by their own kin. Power struggles within the family often ended in murder, and none was more infamous than the tragedy that unfolded within the castle's very heart, the Bloody Chapel. Legend tells of a time when the clan's chieftain died, leaving his sons to quarrel over his legacy. One brother, a warrior, and the other, a priest, were locked in a bitter feud. During a gathering in the chapel, as the priest stood at the altar offering mass, his brother stormed in, sword in hand. Without hesitation, he drove his blade into his sibling's chest, sending him collapsing onto the cold stone floor. The chapel was forever stained with his blood, and from that day, eerie lights and ghostly chants have echoed from the ruined room, as if the murdered priest continues his interrupted sermon from beyond the grave. Yet, Leap Castle's horrors do not end there. Beneath its floors lies the dreaded oubliette, a hidden dungeon of unspeakable cruelty. Discovered centuries later, this chamber contained countless human remains, the victims of those who had been thrown to their fate, left to perish in darkness. Even now, visitors report an overwhelming sense of dread when standing near its depths, as though the walls themselves remember the agony once suffered within. But perhaps the most terrifying spirit of all is the elemental, a dark, shadowy figure with glowing red eyes, described as neither man nor beast. Those who have encountered it speak of an overwhelming stench of decay and a sense of suffocating malevolence. Some believe it was summoned by ancient druidic magic, while others claim it is the restless energy of the castle's violent history, made manifest in spectral form. Despite centuries of bloodshed and sorrow, Leap Castle still stands, its haunted halls whispering tales of the past to those who dare to listen. Do you believe in ghosts? Have you ever experienced an unexplainable presence? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this eerie tale, be sure to like this video and subscribe to Stories Speak English for more legends, mysteries, and supernatural encounters from around the world. Until next time, may your nights be peaceful, and your dreams undisturbed. Before we go, the castle's caretaker will share some chilling tales from within these haunted walls.
Hear everything. I mean, it's unbelievable how quiet it is there. And we see quite a lot of it. Sometimes it's plainly as I see you now. Sometimes it could be like a cloud, like an aura, around them, or maybe just around parts of them. Depends. There's a lady here that touches off people and brushes off people, and in the last, it's nearly 3 years now, over that period, Pira, our daughter, just coming out here, she's been poked, and I think it's the same lady that's doing that. That's kind of, there are times when it's active and there are quiet times, but there's no pattern to that either. It can be at any time for any length of time, really. But when it is active, you tend to get it's kind of, I don't know how to describe it, it's like shadows almost, with things flashing in the corner of your eye. But you can't pin anything down, but things are happening around, And then, sometimes it kind of manifests itself that in the way that we can see them. Probably the ones we meet most of all are two little girls that play here. And they lived here. We know a good bit about them now. They lived here in the early 1600s. We're not sure if they're the last of the O'Carrolls or the first of the Darby's. I was telling you about that, married in here. Their first names are very English, so it's Charlotte and Emily. But then the Irish and the Gaelic lords at the time were starting to take English first names because they're just to kind of keep in with London, to keep them happy. And as well as that, the English found it difficult to get their tongues around a lot of the Irish names anyway at the time. So Charlotte and Emily we think is about 11 or 12, and Charlotte, again, we're only kind of estimating this, we think maybe 6 or 7, around that age. But Emily, now they seem to play around in their own time. I don't think they're aware of us at all. They don't seem to be anyway. Emily, we know, fell off the southeast corner of the castle and was killed. Probably made her way up there. See, at the time, it wasn't manned, there was no sentries up there or anything. They probably sort of made their way up, or she made her way up and shouldn't have, but she fell off it. Now, the only really chilling thing that we experience is we occasionally hear these screams, and we think it's the screams of her falling. Again, we're not 100% sure, but it's definitely frightening kind of a scream, you know. And the little one, Charlotte, she is a very badly deformed right leg. It's almost completely turned backwards. We don't know really how she died, other than at that time, just after the Battle of Kinsale, which was in 1601, one of the worst famines that ever hit Ireland hit it. So possibly she contracted something, you know, associated with that. Now, they weren't hungry here or anything, but that wouldn't have kept away what went to his famine at the time. Now, the lady I was telling about, the touches of people and all that, we call her the governess. The reason being, she's always around when the two girls are around, and we think she had some association with them because she's always here and there. And she has a very strong pattern. She comes across this way towards where the fireplace is. And quite a lot of people experience her, you know. And they tell us, you know, they say that she appears to be stoking the fire or maybe stirring a pot or something. But there was never ever a fireplace there in the history of the castle. And we feel from observing, you know, watching that, I was feeling that maybe there was some kind of a daybed or a settle bed there, and that she's actually going to look after the children. That's what. Now, we can never prove that, but this is the feeling we have.
What's the other thing that's here? What's that?
Huh?
What's the name of the other thing that's here?
The elemental.
Elemental, the half, the goat face has it or something, isn't it?
Yeah, but we've never experienced that. Not since we came here, no.
Is that because one of the women used to date in witchcraft or something, wasn't it? Or black magic?
That's Mildred's Derby, yeah. But I think she upset things in the house, you know, at that time. But we have never experienced that since, even though it's the most documented right down to the centuries. But we haven't. No, we don't want to. But we are told that there's a priest in the house who is like a guardian and protects against that negative type of, or that bad energy, like, you know. But as I said, we don't want to experience the elemental anyway, for sure.
But it's very eerie at night, is it?
It's different. I suppose, yeah, it's different. It's fine for us, but we live a lot by candlelight, and if people come in at night and the candles all over the place, they find it unusual, I suppose. Yeah, but we like candles. Now, we have electricity, of course, and you can't read very well, especially with uplights like that. So we want to read.